What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to another live. Woo! Skeleton Crew. What do you guys think? I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it. I got a poll up there. Answer the poll, and we'll see how you guys are feeling about this one. But I have a special guest on tonight too, so we're gonna kind of be talking about this thing. Probably go an hour or so. See how things roll. I also need to do the channel membership giveaway. So if you are not a member and you want to enter, it's only $2.99 a month, and you can find that information in the description. And we're gonna be doing a giveaway probably toward the end of the stream, and it's a good one. So initial thoughts. It's okay. I want to see where it goes. I like the end of the second episode. At least there was some type of mystery. Even though I still don't think this character is going to end up being a full-out Jedi, which I think that's going to be and then that's going to be the big twist, unless they have a double twist to give us. But I do like that. I thought the beginning episode wasn't bad. It was a good setup. The characters. I definitely have a few issues with it. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm going to keep watching, and I don't think it was terrible. It's definitely not The Acolyte, which is good. Although I did like the first two episodes. I did like the first two episodes of The Acolyte. I did go on record saying that, and then that thing just, I don't know what the hell they were doing there. But we'll see. We'll see. It's a little kiddie, it's cool. Like if I was a kid in Star Wars, I'd probably love this thing. I think my biggest drawback to being all in on this show is I guess it's hard to be an adult, and although it's cool when the kids are fighting with their fake lightsabers, dude, I mean, how many times did I do that? That's all me and my brother did. We'd use paper towel rolls and pretend that's the hilt, and then during Christmas, after the wrapping paper's off the roll, then you got the full out lightsaber, and those things last about 4 hits and they were destroyed. But we did that all the time. So I thought that was fun. But again, I don't know. I mean, I love the Goonies. I will watch the Goonies still, but it's because I've seen it so many times, and this is new. Again, if anything, I hope the show does bring in a younger generation, which I do think is the whole reason why they did this thing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm hoping that we do get some adult content in here. I don't need to link to other things. I just want to have some type of mystery though. I don't want it to just be I'm just watching it to watch it, and you can kind of tell what's going to happen. So I hope it doesn't turn into that. I believe it's 8 episodes. I think that's right. So we only have 6 left. But yeah, I thought the first 2 episodes were pretty good setups. So I'm going to bring my guest on. He's been on the channel one other time. This is Chilling in the Basement. What's going on?
You guys!
I was trying to figure out who that was in this episode. I think I got everybody else layered out to who I think they are from Goonies.
Right. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
First of all, hello and thank you for having me aboard. I appreciate you. So yeah, Skeleton Crew, the latest offering from Disney Lucasfilms.
Yeah.
Just dropping a quick number on it. I'm a straight 7 out of 10 for it right now.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, is this show a signal of a Marvel-esque turnaround for Star Wars? No. No.
I'm not even sure they can get 2 seasons out of this thing,
Yeah, probably not. So, but yeah, this is not going to save Star Wars, but I don't think it's going to take the nasty turn that the Acolyte did and end up yet another stain on Star Wars either, I think it's just going to be its own little thing, off in its own little spot over here that was nice and fun and cute and entertaining, and that's it. And really, that's, from what I've seen so far, that's all it's really trying to be. It knows what it is. It's not farting around with it. It's just doing it and being like, here you go, have fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's if I was a kid and I liked Star Wars, I think I'd love this. I really do. I think you got the characters that are very relatable. I just can pinpoint on which character is what character from Goonies. I guess that's like not that it's a bad thing, but like we already had Goonies. We already had it. Like, I mean, literally, was it Neil? He's the blue dude, right? Neil, literally, Neil is literally Chunk. Like,
yeah,
his the way he even talks, it's Chunk. And we'll get into this alien thing because I mean I love the aliens, but I have one huge problem with it. And we'll get to it, but yeah, Neil to me is like when I'm watching him on screen and just listening, I'm like it's Chunk every single time. It's his line, and obviously Wim is Mikey. I mean, the girl I guess could almost be like mouth to a point, but who is that?
Actually,
Fern, right?
Fern's closer to Josh Brolin, honestly. Like
You
the
think
enforcer.
So? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
a
definitely
little bit of a bully, a little bit of an enforcer, kind of a little bit of the glue, like when push comes to shove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so very, very pre-Thanos, Josh Brolin.
I mean, I think Fern, is my favorite character right now, to be honest with you.
She's fun.
Out of the four, I mean, this I think it's JB, right? JB, I mean, Data, I guess. That's what I'm feeling, with all the tech stuff, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, she's Ke Kwan's character from Goonies.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, what's up, chat? What's up, Umpty? How you doing, brother? Let's go. Kenneth Bird, yes, his birthday today. He's a young 65. Oh, look at that. You can what is that? 65. Now you can get Medicare or whatever, right? So there you go. Yeah. Yay.
You can get Medicaid. That's the retirement one.
Medicaid. What did I say? Medicare? Medicaid?
Yeah.
Congrats. Happy birthday, Kenneth. Happy birthday. My boy Kenneth, he comes in all our streams, dude. He's a trooper. Yeah, so happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Chilling in the basement was an electric company. An electric company. So it used to be the name of an electric company, actual electric company.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Never knew that.
That's cool.
Look, all the great information you learn on these streams.
I know, right? Now it's just a question of who's bigger, faster, and like who gets to sue who first.
That's right. Who's got more money?
They do right now. I can guarantee you that.
All right. So, do you want me? I was gonna pull up the actual thing on Disney, and then we can kind of roll through it, or we can just kind of talk about it if you want. However you want to do it. It doesn't really matter to me. Sometimes
whatever you feel like doing, bro. I'm just here to offer
my views. I think because I don't want to skip scenes, but it's nice to have talking points because sometimes I literally just got done watching these, so like usually I would watch this like a couple times, but the old Cleveland Browns were on Monday Night Football, so I chose that over this.
Oh,
it was
you
an entertaining
bastard.
game, even though we lost, but
you silly bastard, you.
Yeah, no. Hey, it was a good game till he threw 2 pick sixes.
Yeah,
ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's all right. It's still surreal for me to be like a proud, able to talk shit Lions fan.
Dude, I love it, man. I told my wife a few weeks ago. I said she loves watching Amon St. Brown, and I'm like, dude, I love Gibbs. I think Gibbs is awesome. I think it's I mean, it's crazy that David Montgomery is like that good because when he was on the Bears, that he was like so average. And
yeah,
I mean, that's what happens with these running backs and good teams. Like all of a sudden,
Yeah, it helps when your offensive line in the run game is essentially a road grader.
Yeah, yeah.
Like our run blocking is fucking peak.
Yeah, it's they are a good team, and I'm rooting for them. That's for sure. All right, let me get this to.
Oh no, I remember Electric Company. I was just a kid, and I don't remember details. It was just on public television.
I was
I
gonna say
remember
that
liking
was
it.
yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah.
All right,
PBS baby.
I'm gonna pause it right there because I want to see if you noticed this. And this is the first thing I noticed when I started watching. I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh.
that's kind of cool. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's pop this up here. So we'll kind of fly through this. I honestly I don't think too much happened in the first episode. It was a lot of setup.
Mhm.
We got to see Charlie Sheen in the police station, so that was cool.
Wait, what? Oh, you mean
He
that whole scene? Okay, yeah,
when
from
when
Ferris
they're
Bueller.
yeah, dude, it's
Go
so like it's like right on. I'm like, I get it's
Yeah.
cool, but like, man, I'm like, I remember seeing that in the previews though, and I'm like, it's cute, but so in the beginning, did you notice this? Here I'll play it. I don't have any sound on, so I should be all right. So we have Vader, and look at that. Did you notice it? Did I play too
Uh,
fast? Let me slide it back. So we watch
I
Vader.
think I saw a still of this on Twitter, but I can't remember what the hell it was.
So Vader,
Oh yeah.
and then
Uh,
Anakin. So yeah. So
yeah.
you know how
Little
sometimes they
little
go
pod
like
racing Annie.
pod racing Annie red instead of like the blue. Usually it's not 100% always like that,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's a blue for the light side and red for the
Mhm.
dark side. So I
Yep.
kind of like that they threw on a little pod racer Annie, but they threw them in as red. I thought that was kind of
Yeah,
neat. I thought
that
that
is
was
cool.
yeah, I noticed that
Yeah, I
because I
didn't
always look
catch.
at those to see what they change.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
That's cool though. I like it.
I'll do it one more time. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I still don't know who the one guy is though. I guess is that the
Which
pirate that we just saw, or is that
which one guy?
the fifth brother?
Which one?
Like, I think
That
it's
was. I
the
swear that
second
was
one,
the guy.
that pops up. So it's like right. I'll see if I can pause it here. So it's right at their R2, right there.
R2.
Would you fifth brother, or is it like the guy that came on
Mm,
the ship this episode? Because he kind of has that kind of helmet. I wasn't sure when I first saw it, and then I'm like, oh wait, was
I
that him?
feel like I don't know. I don't think it's is fifth brother the one that got deflated by Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi, or is fifth brother the one
No,
that was
fifth brother is
running?
from Rebels, but like fifth brother
Oh
never
yeah, that
wore a
guy.
shield down. But the
Yeah,
helmet part looks very
I I,
similar.
f-
But
I feel like that's the pirate in the beginning's helmet.
in the beginning, yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was kind of leading toward. What's
yeah,
up,
I feel
Reef?
like. Hey, Reef.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead.
I this little icon thingy there is magnificent.
Reef's, yeah,
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 it's how
Reef's.
I prepare. It's how I prepare for streams, Reef.
Yeah, Reef.
And
He likes the games. He likes
sleep.
Call of Duty and all that good stuff. I play Call of Duty, but I play like every third one because I get too burned out on it.
Nah. Yeah, I'm not big into the games. I'll pop them on for fun, but I'm nowhere near.
I like
I couldn't compete with a 5-year-old. I'll just put it that way. Like
like Fortnite
I
guys.
would get smoked by a first grader on the regular if I tried playing FPS as often.
Yeah, like some of these guys got me into Fortnite, and I mean, I'm pretty awful, but I'm definitely better than I thought I would be because when I watch people stream it, I'm like, dude, I don't even know how they know what they're doing. And
Right? Yeah, I know.
it's like
Crazy.
crazy. It's just the way they move, and I guess it just takes practice. But all right, so the episode opens up with the mini little, I guess, crawl, if you want to call it that. And
Yep.
it says, since the fall of the Empire, the New Republic has maintained order. So if you don't know, chat, this takes place, apparently it takes place the same time as The Mandalorian. So I don't know if we'll ever have crossover with these characters, but it's basically about the same time frame.
Well, technically, we already do because one of the pirates was in Mando
pirate.
season 3.
Yep, that's true. Yeah.
Yep.
So the pirate actually that you see in this, if you don't remember, he was in Mando season 3, and he attacks them early in that's before they go to Peridia, though, right? Or, yeah, I think that's early. That's early on. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is this is like 5 years after Return of the Jedi, basically. And that's why like when you see Wim, which that was probably my favorite part of the episode, honestly, when Wim was looking at his little, like, I guess you want to call it an iPad,
his little story pad thing,
his little story pad. He's seeing all those different images of Luke. It's awesome. That was my favorite part.
Actually, it wasn't Luke. Like, I saw someone out there. I've been watching for this on the interwebs. Like, they had enough stills for people to go through that, actually, have the reference material and go through and translate that all.
Dude, the one has to be Luke against the Rancor.
No, that wasn't the name that I saw in the tweet at all. There was no Luke, no nothing. I can explain why that is later.
All right, because we're definitely going to go through that. I want to go through those images. Wow, that's actually disappointing. Unless it was Cal Kestis, but I don't know.
No, it's no. I'll explain why.
Cal never has a green saber, though.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Just bear this in mind. That place has been isolated for a long time. Yeah,
we kind of find that out in episode 2, and I kind of like that. I like the way that worked, and I have some thoughts on that as my myself, because I want to. That's one of the best parts of the whole first 2 episodes was that nobody else even knew that planet was there. So
right, or if they'd heard of it, they thought it was a myth.
Right, and it's interesting because the kids obviously don't know anything about this. So I don't know if the adults know on the planet. It kind of probably seems like maybe they do.
I feel like it's a very select few at the top.
Okay.
Would know, because the kids remember, the kids hadn't even seen a star before. All they'd ever seen was all them clouds in the atmosphere that they call the barrier.
That's true. And then the next line we have here is, and yet remote hyperspace routes are increasingly plagued by piracy. And then I think there's one last part here.
There is.
And
yeah, I was reading it out loud last night on my watch party just for fun.
Yeah, these pirates boldly. When I read the boldly, I'm like, wait, boldly go wherever, like the Star Trek line, boldly go or no man's gone or whatever. These pirates boldly brand their armored hulls as a sign to all ships, surrender or die. So that's kind of the way we open it up. And then we go to our opening shot, which is very Star Wars-esque. We get the opening shot, we get the little planet, and then we move into what I almost thought we were watching A New Hope. We get the nice shots of the ship, not quite as long. And then
that whole sequence was like, I'm just sitting there like,
yeah. I mean, I thought I was watching A New Hope.
Yep. A New Hope mixed with and you'll probably hear me bring this up a lot, like mixed with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Bear with me, Chad. It's so hard to get where you want to go, But this shot, right? I mean, right here.
Boom.
Like that's New Hope.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this whole scene is New Hope.
This whole scene, exactly. So do you like that they did that, or do you think it was a little much? And can we get a new? I would have been.
I think they rode the line just right.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, this is totally A New Hope, but it's different enough. Like just different enough. Like the damage in this scene is a lot more personal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you see this dude get blasted, and he actually doesn't die in the first shot, though. Apparently,
yeah. It's, I would say definitely a lot of New Hope there, but kind of dialed up to 11.
So you thought it was more intense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little more raw, just because the damage in A New Hope was all like distance blaster shots, except for Vader,
Right. I liked it that I think that it was smoke coming out of there was opening it up or whatever. It wasn't like sparks, so that was a little different.
Yep.
I just thought maybe like when they started coming in, I don't know what else. I was hoping there might have been just something more than just firing at each other. I was hoping that might have been, we might have seen some hand to hand, or I don't know, something. That's, I guess that's the only thing, because I kept when I'm watching those first, it's about a minute and a half of setup, and I'm like, man, don't even tell them they're just gonna blast at each other. And that's kind of.
I did see one dude get swatted with a sword though.
He does, yeah. But yeah, it was very, very much set up like that. And
Oh
Which
yeah,
is
totally.
fine. It's fine. You take what we see, but we kind of saw that a little bit in Rogue One, just
Hmm.
before Vader comes in. Because I was
Yep.
almost like, oh my god, don't even tell me we're going to see a lightsaber. Like I don't even sure. I mean, I'm going into the series not even thinking that we're going to see a live lightsaber. I'm not really sure if we're
Yeah.
going to really.
I'm considering the odds of that pretty low.
Pretty to even see one at all, huh?
Yeah.
The
Outside of the
only
illustrations, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I have some ideas on that we can talk about maybe as we head into the next episode. Because it's 8 episodes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And Umpty, I missed this one. Umpty said that there was a more stuff coming. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be. That's gonna be probably the biggest, like, maybe beside who Jude Law actually is probably gonna be the biggest, like, twist, I guess, if you want to have a twist in the show, is what this
Hmm.
planet actually is all about.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna be curious about is will that mystery be carried over into anything else after Skeleton Crew is over? If this is like
Mm.
the only season, that's
Right.
what
Yeah.
that's what I'll be curious about too.
Yes, definitely.
And then so we kind of have the opening scene. And I'm gonna kind of because I mean it's basically they're fighting, and usually I have the subtitles on too to kind of keep us on track. Let me see if I can get that up there real quick.
Yeah, I always have the subtitles on.
My options.
You get nice clues from the subtitles.
Oh,
like,
I watch it with subtitles all the time, every time.
Yeah,
They are on. Maybe there's just not a lot of talking right now.
because I mean we got a nice little clue in the second episode because of the subtitles. That would have been it made a reference much more specific in my opinion.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember what that is because, like I said, I just got done watching it, and I may have missed that. Which is why I like doing these lives like this, because
Yep.
being able to talk to somebody else who you watched it last night. Have you watched this more than once already?
No, I just on my watch party last night.
Okay,
Oh,
so
by the way, anyone who's watching it with their kids were fucking loving this show.
Yeah.
Yes, like big time.
Like I said, I could see how kids like it. I really can.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude's getting blasted here. So the pirates come on, and yeah, here we go. So what do you think about this dude? And so I can make it. So what do you think about that? Who is this? This is Captain Silvo.
He's talking to Silvo behind him.
Right.
I can't remember his actual name. Oh, he's all right. Nice wolf. Evil wolf face man. Yeah.
Evil wolf face man. I'm not getting any type of. I'm trying to see if they say his name or anything when he talks, but I don't think so. Yeah. So when he talks in this episode, was it not different than the second episode? Or was I totally missing something here? I thought he sounded more like a human in the first episode, and then all of a sudden he had more of a, an animal type voice.
I don't recall thinking he sounded different, but that's also something I probably wouldn't notice till I watched it again. Anyway, honestly,
right, so I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna play it with sound because now I'm curious.
Captain Silvo, the ship is yours.
Okay,
I feel like that's how he sounded the whole time.
Okay, so it is a little bit of a deeper sound.
Yeah, there's some light distortion there.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like in the second episode, it definitely sounded more of like an animal. So I'll bring it up as my first criticism. And again, it's more in the second episode. I don't know if I like the fact that there's so many. Like, if you're gonna have one or two, fine. But there's so many of these aliens that just sound like humans. They just have human voices. Like especially Neil. Like Neil to me just sounds like a small kid. Like there's no like I'm trying to think in Star Wars of all of the alien creatures that we've ever met. I don't remember any alien ever actually sounding like a human being. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I just don't ever remember. They always had a very unique tone, but like Neil to me sounds just like a boy, and he's got this huge nose, and I don't know. I think that right now that's my biggest criticism is that I find that a little disappointing. I don't know. What do you think? Does it bother you at all, or not really, or
not really? Like I don't mind. I look at it this way, like especially in a mix, a very eclectic mix like what you've got on in the pirate space station in the second episode.
Yep.
With that many different groups, you're bound to get some that sound a lot like humans and some that sound nothing like humans, and then everything in between. So, I mean, could it be something the show didn't necessarily need to focus on that much, was just the more normal sounding ones? Sure, but that's not something that I freak out about.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I'm just thinking of all the different aliens we've seen in Star Wars. Now, like Dexter Jester from episode 2, he definitely sounds more like a human. He's a little more, which is fine. But like I said, I just felt like every little guy they saw in that bar or cantina or restaurant, wherever they were in, I just felt like they were all talking like they all sounded like regular humans, except for like then Wolfman comes in and he's got that growly animal sound. But
right.
I don't know. Like I said, we'll see, because I mean, chances are most of those characters we're not going to see again. And it's maybe they're like, oh, we got to keep our budget for something else.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like the main repeat business I think we're going to see obviously is this guy, Urkel. We're going to get more Urkel.
Yeah.
Like the ones that we're, for lack of a better term, introduced to specifically, those are going to be your repeat offenders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the random pirates that are just basically there to, I don't know, be an inciting incident for the next action scene or the next drama scene or whatever. That's all they're there for. You know what I mean? Like the dude that was running the food stand that they half set on fire and stuff. We're not going to see him again after this episode, unless we go back to the space station again. But yeah, for the most part, it's just going to be mostly the guys that you have on screen right now.
Yeah, so here I can't remember his name. What
his character name? Yeah, I have no idea. That's Urkel though.
It's Urkel.
Jaleel White.
Oh, Gunter. His name's Gunter.
Oh, Gunter. Yeah.
Jaleel White. I thought it was funny when I did a video on the just kind of the main characters, and I'm like, oh wait, that's Jaleel White. I mean, it's funny though when he talked, I'm like, oh my gosh, you can tell right away. But when I look at him, I don't get that right away, which is good. I mean, because it then sounds different. So these pirates with Captain Silvo, they're on this the freighter, and they're trying to basically steal their gold and whatever else, and they end up finding just one piece, and they're a little disappointed. And then we finally make it over to the planet here, and we got this kid. This is Wim, and he's playing with his dolls again. And I always wondered why. Like, can I get a sword in one of those hands? Like, why are they hitting their heads when they're playing? I mean, I guess I probably used to do that. But I'm like, why?
I was to say, it just depends on the capabilities of the figure of choice.
That's right. I mean, let's get a sword in those hands or something. But he's playing. I love how I kept saying mimicking Jedi voices. Like,
hey, what up, Jay? How you doing, man?
How many times do we do that when we were young?
A shit ton.
I know, right? Oh no, they wasted him on the show.
What, Urkel?
No, so you're not a fan in the chats. All right, we'll vote in the poll. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. So we got our man Win. So he, I would call him the I don't know. Would you call him the main character, or at least one of the main characters?
I would call him. Yeah, he's probably the lead, just because he's like the, optimistic, adventurous one.
Yeah.
That's the one that's always the driving force in these kind of movie or in these kind of projects. And finally, they know when to show people eating cereal.
They do.
This is an appropriate cereal scene.
Yes. And so is this the green?
Unlike Andor.
Because it doesn't look blue to me.
Yeah, no, that's the I don't know.
That's the green version. That's the
green
that must
vote.
be the low fat version, I guess.
Yes, it's the skim.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not the stuff that Luke was drinking out of the teeth,
Oh, that was full. That was thick blue and full cream.
It's full cream. Yeah, he was trying to get that for his coffee. So, so then we have Dad, and I can't remember again. I have it here. Dad's name is gosh, what's his name? I don't even know if they actually ever say his name, but I think I have it here. His name, Wendell. It's Wendell.
Yeah.
So Dad's name is Wendell, and so this dude, I just saw this dude in a movie, and he was in Twisters. He's in a very, very brief scene in Twisters.
I still haven't gotten around to watching that one yet.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not great. My wife liked it more than I did. But so I thought this guy was a huge disappointment as Dad. I don't know. I thought it was not good acting. Like he said the same line over and over again. And we'll see at the end of episode 1, like when the kids leave, like is that like, dude, can I get like a scream like you care? I mean, unless he doesn't, but like I don't know. I mean, I thought he was like one of the weaker actors in this, and I liked him in Twisters for the small scene he had. I was like, oh, it's cool. It's like he's gonna be in a skeleton crew. I don't know. Right. I was a little disappointed in his character, even though we haven't seen him that much. But like, it's just I don't know, man. It's just
the way he was written and the way he acted it, he's essentially just a walking trope.
Yeah.
Basically, he's there to service the work obsessed or work over child obsessed single dad.
Yeah,
which is a big trope back in the day as well.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's basically what they're trying to show is that he's just all about his job, and he even tells so like he tells him he's leaving for a week. Wasn't that what he said? He's like, that's your money, it's just your lunch money for a week, and then I'm leaving. And there is no mom. We don't know what happened to mom.
I'm assuming death as opposed to abandonment from the sound of it.
Okay.
Just little hints I got. It's more of a feeling, but I think she's passed on rather than just pieced out.
Do you think so? A whole week went by then before he got back? Like
no, he came back. He was coming back at night, and like after his kid got in trouble, he was for sure coming back at night at least. So, but yeah, he wasn't planning on being around much.
So he's just like, here's your money for the week, because it says right there, this is your lunch money for the week. So, but he was going to work and then he came back. Yeah. So what we're seeing is all in one day apparently then, or like 2 days. Maybe it's 2 days. Or
the whole first episode. The first episode is over about 2 days because there was
2 days. Okay.
Yeah, because they had the first day in school where he found out the assessment test was the assessment test. So maybe 3 days.
Okay.
Because the first day was day before assessment test. Day 2 was when he missed the assessment test because he was in the crevice after he fell in trying to get there because he was late. Did all that take place on the same day?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, he goes to bed at one point though. Oh yeah, he does go to bed because it's just 2 days because he goes to bed waiting for the test. Right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and then misses the test, gets busted, gets a second shot at the test, but then decides to go dig the ship out that same day, and then they were gone at night. So yeah, 2 days.
Yep. What's up, Jeremy? I think we're going to find out that Jude Law's character is also Captain Silvo.
That's what they're giving us. I'll put it that way.
You think so?
Yeah. I like the second like he popped in and started walking around, I was like, okay, well that outfit looks pseudo familiar.
Okay.
And they started talking, and I'm like, well, that kind of sounds like Jude Law's accent. Now obviously he was in rags by the time we saw him at the end of episode 2, but
right.
I don't know. I feel like at a minimum that's what they want us to think. It might be a setup. It might not be. But I'm of the opinion that if that's not actually what they're doing, that's what they want us to think they're doing till episode 7, which is when Jude Law himself in an interview said we find out a shit ton about him.
Okay. It's very interesting. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think that. Now you guys got me thinking though. But I literally didn't even think that when I was watching this. I didn't even make any kind of connection. I don't know.
Second he walked onto the ship out from behind the wolf, I'm like, okay, well now I know who Jude Law is. Like that was my first thought. Second he walked off, I'm like, okay, so that's him.
Well, hopefully then they're trying to make you think that, because I don't know how much I'll like that. If that's like just like the big bad and
Yeah, I think there's gonna be more to it. Like I don't know what at this point, but
I don't know.
It's a tease. I for now I'm just gonna call it a tease.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it a tease for now.
All right. This scene here is awesome. I love this shot right here. This is the one I was trying to catch.
Oh yeah,
it's great. Now they could have gave my man Neil a little something. Like he's just kind of like using his hands. Like,
I think that's to show us. I think that's to show us the difference between how hardcore Wim is compared to literally everybody else.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what he's holding there. It's kind of hard to tell. I even have it blown up. It just looks like maybe he made it or something.
Yeah, it looks like he made it out of like a. Well, if this was set like even more in an Earth-like base than it currently is, I would say it looks like a former candle holder or some shit. Maybe the base of a lamp, because the emitter part looks like what you could just screw a fucking light bulb into it.
It does. You're right. It looks it looks like it might be like part of a lamp. Yeah, even more than like the candle, because you're right. You're right. It does look like that, and then it looks like maybe he wrapped it or something. I don't know, the yellow or whatever.
Yeah, wrapped the. Yeah, I agree. That's a wrap.
Yeah, but I thought that was a great shot there, and then they do a little fake battle. So this is where we meet Neil, and Neil looks like Max Rebo, but apparently there's a little action there, but apparently he's not. I guess.
Yeah,
he's
not the
same species.
Yeah, no, his species is obviously is like a cousin to Max Rebo's, but the trunk's different.
Yeah, I think the ears are smaller.
The ears are, even on the adults, the ears are smaller than Rebo's is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously they come from very similar genetic stock, but in much the same way, there's many humanoid species in the galaxy, but they're not all human. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
like if they aren't all tatted up, the only real difference between a Zabrak and a human is the head horns.
True, that's true.
I mean,
you gotta love head horns. What's up, Johnny? Umpty even said, I thought it was already out there that Law is playing Captain Silvo.
No, his only official character name is Jawad Nawood.
Yeah, which we haven't.
And who the fuck came up with that one, by the way? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, that is like an odd, like. Yeah, I have that. What is it again?
It's Jad Na or Jad. Jad Na, no, yeah, Jad. I don't remember. Jad Na Nawood. Yeah,
Jad Na Nawood. Nawood.
Yep.
Wood.
I'm going with Wood because otherwise my inner fifth grader will take over and never let go.
Exactly right. Let's go Wood. We're gonna go Wood.
Yeah, I'm going Wood just so I can
until we hear it.
Some facsimile of adulthood.
Yeah. And then we have some humans here, some human kids, and then of course we have the Greedo.
Got the Rodian.
The Rodian, and they're basically they're just showing that you got the two Star Wars kids fighting, and then you got the cool kids making fun of them.
Yep, exactly.
That's basically what they're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're on the bus going to school.
Yep.
And I forgot what he's looking at. Oh, he's looking at
Fern and KB flying by.
Yeah, Fern and KB are flying around on a scooter or something.
Little speeder bike. It's just a small speeder bike.
Small speed. It's like a half of a speeder bike from like Return of the Jedi.
Well, I mean, it's like like how they got the little dirt bikes for 5-year-olds and shit nowadays. That's basically that. That's basically that.
Do you think it was cool to see them going faster than the Power Rangers in Book of Boba Fett?
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, at least their suitors move.
I blocked the Vespa Squad out of my mind, so thanks for that, jackass. But yeah, no, that's definitely riding an actual Bantha is an improvement over the fucking Vespa Squad.
Vespa Squad. Oh, dude, I could talk an hour just about how awful that was.
Yeah, let's not.
No. What's up, Brooke? How you doing, brother? Humphrey Bear, what's going on, brother? Hooter Neil is Neil's uncle. Hooter is Neil's uncle. Who's Hooter? Hooter.
I don't know.
Hooter. Are we talking about a Star Wars character? Because I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I got nothing.
I got nothing on that. But we have Google. Hooter. Who is Hooter? Hooter Star Wars? I'll just type in. Yeah, I'm not going to come to some crazy website and have my wife come in here.
Right.
Hooter. Oh, wait. Hooter right here. Hooter is now officially part of Star Wars. Wait a minute. I got a picture.
What?
Okay,
yeah. You guys to share this.
Hooter. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what show he was in. Her, he, him, it. Hooter from Captain EO. What's Captain EO? Help us out.
I got nothing.
Return.
Fuck is even?
Oh, is this the dude from the friggin' Ewok Christmas special thing? Let me grab the pic.
Yeah.
He's a good looking guy too. He's good looking. From Captain EO. What is Captain EO though? Well, why don't I know this?
Share the screen.
Yeah. If it was just if StreamYard would make it a little bit easier to switch over to what I want. There we go. So here's Hooter.
Oh, he was in
EO. What is Captain
that's in the Acolyte? Wasn't he in the bar in the Acolyte in the first scene with Carrie-Anne Moss in that fight scene? Wasn't he in the bar? Because that looks like the bar girl behind him over his shoulder there.
So Humphrey is saying it's from the Disneyland ride with Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. So
this is from a Disney ride. This isn't the one where C-3PO takes you on some crazy journey, right? That's the only. What other Star Wars ride is there? I'm thinking about what is that called over there at Disney World?
Galaxy's Edge.
No, the old one, Star something. I don't know, Star something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know. Yeah, I see a picture with him with Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jackson saying Hooter Challenge, Captain EO.
Star Tours, Jeremy says.
Star Tours. That's what I'm thinking of. Star Tours. Yeah. So Hooter is from Star Tours. And Michael Jackson was in that?
That's some serious deep cut shit right there.
That's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
I mean, it is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. Don't get me wrong.
I can make a whole video on Hooter now.
Let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm just saying that is some severe deep cuttage right there. Actually, well done on that one.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. So Hooter it does look like Hooter a little bit.
A little bit,
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hooter looks like the illegitimate cousin offspring of Neil's species and Rebo's species.
So we have
Hooter looks like when first cousins do it, but for those species.
Wait, I gotta go back because here we go. Look at this. Neil's like, "What's up, girl?"
Yeah,
this is. I like it, dude. At least it's not CGI. It looks a little cheesy, but
I do like. Yeah, they did use a fair amount of practical effects with the aliens, and I did like that.
Yeah,
it definitely that contributed a lot to that contributed to both the overall 80s feel and the style of effects we got in the OT, which obviously is from the same, at least the same general era as your ET and your Goonies and whatnot. So there's a nice little mix of both using all the practical alien effects. I mean, Neil is completely CG, but
do you think Neil CG?
In order to get that thing to talk like that with all the different expressions, yeah, that's a CG head.
Is he?
I'm pretty.
I didn't when I first saw. I didn't think so, but
Mhm.
and then
I shall now Google.
So this is in class, and so we got Wim. He's drawn Jedi or something, right? That's what I'm assuming that is, or a knight of some sort. And then he gets in trouble by the teacher, or I don't know who is this
Yep.
lady. Who is this lady supposed to be?
Oh wait. She's some kind of high end or some upper, well, what I would now call, based on everything, one of the higher upper caste people.
So her name's
Higher in the what it appears to be a very administratively broken down society. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
very corporate, like very set up like a corporation. So she's like upper middle management.
So that's Farah. So no,
Yep.
wait, Farah is wait, I
Farrah
know
is Fern's mommy.
Fern's mom. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So
Yep.
she's okay. So that's who that is. Now she's only in it very briefly.
Oh, I am so wrong. Neil is animatronic.
Is it? Did you look it up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, you could tell
it
it's a little on the rubbery side. That's why I was thinking.
Aided by a ton of practical elements, including an animatronic head. And well, I knew the suit was prosthetic. Okay, so it's enhanced with facial mocap, but it's still mostly practical.
Yeah, and I think they do, that a lot now. Even when they use practical effects, I think they still throw a little CGI on just to clean it up a little bit.
It's that to help with the emotion, I think, is most of what it is.
Yeah, because yeah.
So
she comes in and they're talking about this test that they're supposed to be taking the next day. That's supposedly going to tell them what they're going to do the rest of their life. So. I think we've all kind of taken a quiz like that. In the Runa, that's Neil's main squeeze right there. That's Runa and the green. And so we have this other blue dude over here, which but there's like 4 aliens in there. There's actually 5. There's a Rhodian here. Oh, actually, there's the Hammerhead man right here.
Thorian,
and then we have this dude right here. So it's nice, nice diversity in that classroom there. I like
it's a good mix. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not like just humans and one other alien species. It's a nice little cross section. Which also makes me interested in, like, if you think about it, and like it just adds to the mystery of what that fucking planet is. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, how is it so isolated? Second of all, if it's so isolated, how is there such a actually really good cross section of species from throughout the galaxy? On this isolated ass planet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are questions being set up if you think about them a little bit, or like we're doing, talk about them. So like,
I was gonna mention that later, like exactly what you just said, because when you think about it, like there's a ton of different species that we see on just this planet. So it's going to be curious. I'm really curious to see how like, for number one, why is it isolated? What's on this planet that is something that's so valuable? Because they use the term, what do they use it, like a treasure
planet?
Treasure
planet.
It treasure
planet.
Yeah. So like, what is the treasure? Like that's what I think that's what we want to know. And is it going to be something Sith or Jedi related? Or is it just is it some type of mining ore, or something under the surface? So we'll see. This conversation is basically just showing that Wim. So Neil is more like kind of like strictly by the books. He's like, let's just do what we're supposed to do. He doesn't really want to get in trouble. Again, you think Chunk and Goonies. It to me, it's like, I would say it's the closest of all the characters.
Yeah,
to like that, agree. If you think of that movie, and then Wim is like more like, again, he's kind of like Mikey. He's like, he wants to explore. He doesn't. He's like, we always study, don't we? And he wants to do something more. Is what his
totally young Sean Astin.
Yep, exactly right. And then let's see. Oh, and then we get a little speeder race here again, and this is, I think, the first time they actually. Well, no, they don't actually meet until they go to the spaceship, though, do they?
Wim and Fern meet outside the office.
Yeah, did I skip that already? No, I don't.
No, that's after this.
That's
'Cause
after this.
That's not till after he misses the assessment the next
Yeah.
day. Because he woke up in tram.
Yeah, so he goes home and then this is when Dad tucks him in or something. Oh, that's right. Her speeder bike. Oh, this is when she needs to
She needs the ever famous power converter.
yeah, and I yelled out, "You gotta go to Toshi Station, so,
bro. I
yeah,
totally
you gotta
brought that
go.
up too.
You gotta take a subway or something.
I was like,
you gotta
how
go
many?
to Tatooine.
It's like people are always needing a new power converter for some shit.
I know, and it's apparently still hard to find because that's one of the reasons why she wants to go on the ship.
Yup.
Because she's like, I'm an idiot, but she has power converters.
Well, if you think about it, though, from the standpoint of how isolated that planet is, it does make sense that older shit is going to become obsolete way faster and be way harder to find without stuff coming in and out.
Yep, because I would assume there's no type of trading,
Yeah, no, that's got to be a completely self-sufficient planet.
Oh yeah, so there's Farah again. That's so yeah.
Yep.
So this is yeah, that's right. It's so we do briefly see Fern at her own home and everything like that.
And it totally makes sense that that Fern's mom is a Karen based on how Fern is.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. I do like Fern's character. I do. I think I think we've only seen her in it's about 70 minutes really, and I think that these characters have more development than we saw in the Acolyte. And that's one of the reasons I think people will continue to keep watching to kind of see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably not going to go much deeper into the characters, at least not massively, but that's fine because it's a kids show and kids aren't looking for that depth in character that we are.
Right.
They've covered the basics that kid would want to know. Okay, that's the fun one. That's the smart one. That's kind of the wuss one, and then that's the leader.
And what I could see is like right here, like he wants his dad to read him a story, and like his mom used to, and his dad even makes mentions like, well, I got to work still at home or whatever, and then he makes a comment something like, aren't you getting a little too old for stories? So I think, this is definitely going to be, I think by the end of the season, we're going to see that he has grown up somewhat. Chances are Neil is going to have some type of brave moment. These kind of
totally
shake off that shell, so you can kind of see where they're going with these characters because they're not super in depth. But again, I think in 2 episodes they did a better job setting up these characters than an Acolyte. Because an Acolyte, I didn't even care when anyone died. I did not care at all.
I was just waiting to see how.
Yeah, I just like They were there.
This is the scene that made me think that she was gone, just because of the way.
Yeah,
the expressions on their faces and the way he was talking about like how mom used to, not like he's angry at. He's not like what's his fuzz in The Boys where the mom abandoned. He's fucking pissed at her. He misses her.
Yeah,
like a lot. So I think mom has passed on.
I thought this was a really cool scene. The way the shadows come up and you kind of see all the starships. It kind of looks like a snow speeder, and I thought that was kind of neat. And I think isn't this when he looks at his iPad, his little data thing here? Isn't this when he sees images? He kind of
right there. He starts to go for it. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see how much I can play without. I don't want to get hit or anything.
Just stop. Just let it like 10 seconds and then stop.
So it's hard right there, right? Like I was trying to really freeze it. It's so far away, but man, I just kept thinking that was like, I don't know. Like it almost seemed like it was like from Phantom Menace to a point, or or maybe on Cloud City. Was it like, I don't know, part of the starting fight with him and Vader or Luke and Vader? I don't know. It's hard to tell. So I'll let you explain that. See, like this one. Okay, what are we looking at? So I wasn't sure what that was. I'm sure somebody on YouTube has dissected this. And said,
like I said, I saw it. I saw it. Who was it? Let me. You go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna pull this shit up, and then I'll.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really quite know what planet this would be. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh wait, could that be episode 1 with like Jar Jar But I'm like, it would really make sense. Like, why would they have an image of that? And then I was thinking, well, wait, when's Ahsoka's fight take place? When they're in the woods. But you only really see the one. You only see the one person, and then it looks like just trees. So it's hard to tell what's seen or what we're looking at there. Maybe we'll find out more as we keep moving along here. But yeah, Umpty, that's a good point. And we're going to talk about that. He says the thing to me is no one goes past the barrier, but how and why was there a pirate ship hidden there? So the pirate ship, remember, is on the planet, and we don't know. I mean, I would assume it's been there for a while since we see skeletons in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I found the thread.
Are you able to share?
Let's see. Here's how you present.
So I can drop this down if you want to show it real quick. So let's see. Just like you said, I'm sorry, but none of this even looks like Star Wars. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I think it looks like Star Wars. I mean, right off the bat, and we've only seen a very small bit of the planet, not much. We've only seen inside the spaceship. We've seen this other planet, city area, and we've seen a school. I already feel like this is being shot, not in a little spear, that's so small, and you can't move past this part.
They definitely have genuine scope in this one.
Right. It just already looks like bigger. And I think that those are the two. That's a huge thing that's why I could not get into Kenobi. I felt like Kenobi was in a freaking closet, and Acolyte was even in a smaller closet. And I feel like the people could never move a lot because they'd be out of the scene. So I don't know. No, yeah. Dude. I mean, everyone's got their own opinion. We get it, man. It's all good, bro. That's why we're here. We're here just to talk about it.
I got it shared when you're ready.
It is. So,
yeah, Star Wars Explained. We all know who he is.
Yep.
So he popped off with all the translations. So here's
which one is that?
Here, I'll click on it.
Yeah, I can actually shrink this down a little bit too, and maybe that'll help. There we go.
So
that's the one
there we go.
Yeah, that's the one I just pulled up, right? Isn't that
that's we got some form of Jedi outside a cave is what we got there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And then the translation of the the stuff over here in the come on, mouse, don't start with me. Over here in the corner. Says the cave of shadow was dark and ominous, but Lena was not afraid. She ignited her lightsaber, its blue glow lighting up the darkness, ready for what lay ahead. And then here's the next one.
So that one reminds me of Return of the Jedi or at least Cloud City.
Yeah, this is actually the next scene in that same story.
So what does he say about that?
He says, suddenly the Sith appeared before her in dark robes and a red lightsaber. You should not have come here, he hissed, his voice echoing through the cave. And that's all we get from that story. The next one is a different story.
So is he just making these parts of the story up, or is this what the
no, this is the story. This is the stories that are programmed into his tablet.
So he's reading the what is it? What's that?
That's his Jedi. That's his little Kindle, basically, is what that is.
Yeah, I mean it's a little data pad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think, and he's is it Just Fled, right? Just Fled saying that they couldn't edit the hologram. Well, I think part of it is it's supposed to be not super clear because I don't think it's meant to be super clear. This is the one I don't have no idea what this is supposed to be.
Let's see here. It says Druin packed his bag with everything he might need and set off on his adventure.
So he's basically just reading almost like a comic book on the computer or on the
iPad. Yeah.
So this is not. These are not real scenes then that we thought.
No, these are all just stories. Yeah, but this is a continuation of. So we had the first two scenes was one story. This is still the next one. Says the Hadaka. Well, he's not sure about that. The forest was beautiful with tall trees and bright, colorful flowers. Druin felt the force flowing through everything around him. First, Druin came across the ruined hut of a wood chopper, which is, axe and stump.
Mm-hmm.
Still axe and stump. The place had been abandoned, the axe left behind, cleft into the stump of an old tree. The vines of the forest had grown back and overwhelmed everything. Next, Druin came across the paddock of a herder who was long gone, run off into the forest or eaten by the beast. But from their old food trough grew a strange, beautiful flower. Finally, Druin felt a strong presence in the force. He knew he was getting close to the fearsome beast. He took out his lightsaber and held it ready as the beast lunged out of the forest and loomed over him. Now I think we're getting to what you thought was Luke and the Rancor.
Yeah. See, I know that's coming up.
Yeah. Nope, not in this one, though. The knights decided to build a temple fortress. Using the force, they lifted and shaped the rocks around them, creating the soaring towers of their new home. The entire fortress could lower into the ground, hiding it from sight during times of danger. With their fortress complete, the Jedi Knights found peace and solace. They meditated together, their connection to the Force and to each other growing stronger. They were a beacon of light in the darkness, and when the galaxy called for heroes, the valiant order did not hesitate. Their fortress rose back up to the surface, and they stood ready to fight for justice and peace. There's actually a lot of fucking clues as to how old the civilization is on this planet in here, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
yeah, and
wow.
The biggest thing I think is how revered the Jedi are in these stories.
Yeah,
and how powerful. So this goes back at least as far as the High Republic, because that's the last time the Jedi were the closest they came to being universally loved.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
these are nice clues into how long this planet's been isolated.
So it's been a long time then. So that's why I'm trying to think how many of these adults actually know. Now, if I had to take a guess, I think friends, was it Kara? I think we said it was, or something.
Yeah,
her
the
mom,
undersecretary or whatever.
Yeah, she obviously is going to know something. Do you have the loot, the Rancor one? Does he have that one on there?
Not in this thread, unless I missed one. Oh, well,
okay.
He shows. Oh, you know why he didn't put it in? Except for here, there's no words.
There's no words. Okay.
There's no words. It's just an illustration.
That's okay. Yeah.
But I'm guessing that goes with. Stop it. That comes after this one right here, where it says he took out his lightsaber and held it ready as the beast lunged out of the forest and loomed over him. I think this scene with no words is what would be the next one he sees flipping through it in order. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so I'm rewatching the screen, the whole thing right now.
Right.
It goes, yeah. I mean, he's a fast reader, this kid, because he barely lets us stay on there.
Yeah, reminds me of me.
He's just there we go. There's a good one.
Yeah, I got in a roll and read it. Have you ever read the Republic Commando novels and Legends?
I have not.
Oh, well, first of all, you fucking need to. Those are awesome stories. Karen Travis wrote the hell out of those books. But yeah, I got hyper focused on one, and I finished the book in my average time, which is anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours, depending on how many pages and the font.
Yeah, so I guess when you really look at that, it's definitely not a Rancor, though.
Yeah,
it looks like just like a 4-legged beast or something. But again, when you're watching it live, you're like, oh, wait, I see a Regina lightsaber and this big monster above them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well that's cool though. Then so it's more like I said, it's almost more like a comic book. The Jedi or yeah, and like you said, you can tell that they are they're very well just
they're revered.
Yeah,
they're revered at this point. Yeah.
All right, so it's the next day, and he misses the bus, and he's going to take a shortcut, is what he calls it. Now, is this his scooter? Because all of a sudden he finds a scooter. I guess it's his.
He goes back and takes it out of the garage.
Okay, so he goes back and gets his own scooter. I mean, I'd be taking that scooter to school every day. I don't know why we're taking the bus, but
Dad.
Yeah, I guess. And so he jumps in
Trust
there.
Me, Dad definitely seems like the type to be like, you don't need to be riding that when I'm not around.
Yeah. and he kind of loses a little control. These guys are all in class getting ready for the test, and Neil's like, "Where's my buddy?"
Neil's having a panic attack.
Yo, he's definitely having a panic attack. And then we finally, oh, hey, what's going on, girl? That's Rona. He's like, "Hey, Rona."
Hey.
I don't know if he's looking at Rona. He's actually looking at the doors,
No.
probably. Like,
Yeah.
What he is.
Yeah. He's looking for
then he kind of not crashes, but he kind of stumbles upon this big opening. Come on, there we go. So he finds this this big spaceship where she doesn't obviously know at the beginning because he tries to run up the hill and he's like, "Oh wait, what's under this dirt right here?" And he finds what is like a big window or something, big shaft,
a door.
Reminds me of Lost a little bit there.
Yeah. And then busted.
And then we have these robots. These are what do they call? These are like the
security droids.
Yeah, so he's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be down here." So he takes them back to the school, and then he's waiting outside. I guess would be the principal's office, and then we get the there it is.
I think they called it the proctor or some shit like that.
Yeah, and this is where we get our nice Ferris Bueller's Day Off scene, like Charlie Sheen and what's her name?
Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey, right. So yeah, I mean it was cute and fun, but so then basically his dad ends up coming in, and he's not very happy with him. And this is already the next day. So what happens? What happened with the test? Did he never even took it, did he?
Yeah, no, he missed it completely when he crashed into that ravine.
So the next day he's supposed to take it again.
So this is post ravine. His dad got called out of work because he missed the assessment.
Yeah.
Because he's still dirty. So he doesn't even know his dad's there till his dad walks out of the office.
Right.
So, big old shit moment. His dad's like, I got him to let you retake it, but you're getting docked 50 points, which means you have to get every answer right to pass. And you better pass.
Then we have the family here, Neil's family. They're all watching. I guess this is what they do. This is their TV or whatever. But it's kind of, it reminds you of obviously of A New Hope with the chessboard and all that.
Yep.
And then Wim ends up coming and is like, "Hey, where's Neil at?" And Neil is whoa. Am I allowed to show this on the stream? Neil's taking a bath. He's he got those bubbles and
Neil's in full Calgon mode. Take me away.
This dude's like, "Man, I knocked the crap out of that test. I'm chilling now."
It's like, that was a rough day. I need to relax.
Start playing with the shampoo and the conditioner.
I'm just wondering where the candles are. That's what I want to know. It's like, where's your candles, bro?
Yeah, you gotta get some candles on the shelf right here.
Aromatherapy.
So he ends up convincing Neil to go with him to find the spaceship.
Yep. Jedi Temple, he thinks.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that is a good point. He does think he thinks it's the Jedi Temple.
And thanks for those translations, now we know why. Remember, I was saying they could lower it into the ground and bring it back up. That's
true. Now, I don't know. I mean, beside the pictures and images he sees, I mean, like there's no symbol or anything. But, and then Fern ends up having to be there with JB out of nowhere. There's like, "Hey, we're here because we have to we kind of have to get together." So
she said it was because of what he was yapping about.
Yeah, she was because he was kind of telling her that he found a Jedi Temple when they were sitting there doing the Ferris Bueller thing.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously, she never thought it was a Jedi Temple, but she's like, well, he found something, and it might have my power converter.
That's right. It's all she could think about is that power converter.
Yep.
And then we got Sulu right here. I don't know if I like those eye things on her. Did she take those things off at all?
Yeah, she flips them up every once in a while.
She flips them up. Okay, so she just likes to wear them, I guess.
Yeah, when she wants to look at something without a technological filter, she flips them up.
Yeah, I don't know. I could do without it. It's kind of weird. But again, I think it's kind of like she's the techie person. So
yeah, she's the tech person.
Yeah. I like the outfit. I like the blue, the little Oscar Isaac / Han Solo-y a little bit there. I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I dig it.
It's the adventurer's jacket.
The adventurer's jacket, and that's the official name.
Yes, it is now.
Oh my gosh, that's funny, dude. So we're nearing the end of the episode. So
Yep.
the boys agree to dig it out, and she's like, okay. And then what does he say? He says,
Oh, they both niece to Neil, girls are so dumb, and then they ship over to those two, and she's like, boys are so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there like, the opinions of children that never change even into adulthood.
There you go.
We still think girls are dumb, and girls still think we're dumb, but we still tolerate each other.
There you go. So they were just basically digging it out, and then they finally open it up, and they jump inside, and now they're looking for the power convertible, and they kind of start hearing sounds or whatever. And I think this is when we meet. Let's see, is it yet? Now, who's outside here? Are the girls still out there?
No, they're all heading in right there.
Oh, this is when they're heading in. Okay.
Yep.
And now they're in. Yeah. And then eventually they see some skeleton crew, and we meet. Oh, here we go.
I mean, SM-33.
So this dude's pretty cool, though. What do you think about the droid?
I like the droid.
I do. I mean, I think the only droid that I was like super annoyed with in all of these Star Wars movies, I was never really a big fan of the one in Solo. I couldn't stand that droid.
Oh.
Yeah, I
don't even remember. I've watched that movie once, and
it's just weird. And then it ends up becoming the circuits or the computer database or whatever, in the Falcon. But I could do without Dio, I guess. But whatever, it's not in it that much. But I mean, overall, I think the droids in Star Wars are always pretty cool. I think
we finally found one with more homicidal tendencies than
You thinking about Chopper or
Chopper?
Chopper, yeah.
No, even KTSO isn't anywhere near as murderous as Chopper is. Chopper is a homicidal maniac. But SM-33 doesn't want to do anything except, oh, you did something wrong, out the airlock. Oh wait, you did this. you left this piece of paper on the floor, out the airlock.
Out the airlock. That's right. Yeah. And then so Fern ends up convincing him that she killed his captain, and now so that means she should be the captain.
Yep.
And but yeah, I mean, basically they kind of
just quick on her feet.
That's right.
She is quick on her feet.
And they basically they kind of take off on the ship all of a sudden, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. I mean, and then we see, then this is the part I had a problem with, is when Dad gets there. And he doesn't really seem. I mean, he's like, "Oh, help! Don't come back." And I just feel like, I don't know. I didn't like that part. It's like it kind
of fits with his super work obsessed introverted character, though. Like the dude obviously has
right there.
Dad. Yeah, the dad obviously has a severe lack. What up, Dan? Of social cues. And inability, and also a severe lack of ability to convey his own feelings. There's like a shit ton of repression going on. It's the whole trope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll find out more what happened to Mom, and that obviously will play a lot into this as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we don't get a little flashback or something too.
Yeah, a man missing his wife so bad he throws himself into work at the expense of everything else, including his son.
Yep, exactly right. And they kind of take off, and I think at the very end they head off the there it is right there. They head off the hyperspeed, and because I think what is this at the end of this episode, they're like, well, let's just go back to the planet, but I think they've already passed, and then they didn't know what planet was theirs anymore. So the idea is that they're going to what is his name?
SM-33.
SM-33. He's like, well, let's just go to the next planet that I know of, because I don't think he didn't even know what that planet was.
No,
and he's like, I don't even
which one.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. And so he ends up saying, look, wait, let's go to this planet, and we'll get directions how to get back home.
I wonder if they're actually going to specifically show / tell us how old that ship is, because it obviously predates like the full isolation.
Okay.
Because it's a pirate ship that had crashed there obviously a long ass time ago.
Well, it definitely seems like it was there a while. Now it's
Mm.
funny because when they fly it out, it kind of looks like the ship in the opening scene a little bit. But then I'm like, well, that's obviously not the same ship because I think what we're seeing in the beginning is happening in the
Yeah,
now.
no, that's
Now,
that
this
is the
isn't like
now.
way back in the day. So yeah, that ship had to be there a long, long time,
Yeah.
obviously.
But it also wouldn't surprise me for like a group of pirates to be using an old ass ship that they just keep slapping basic repairs onto. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but that's true too.
your
Yeah.
stereotypical pirate ship is kind of jank. You know, it's been around for a while. It's what they could scavenge or steal or what have you. You know.
Yeah. Yep. So that kind of leads into episode 2 then. So they're basically off to try to find the way to get back home where they just left. So that's basically what they leave off at. Dan, appreciate that, brother. All right, so episode 2. So okay, so we want to rate episode 1 as its own thing. So what would you give this one, do you think?
I gave it a 7.
You give the first one a 7?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'm right on course with that because I think they did a good job introducing the main characters. I think that again, the two things I found a little bit annoying were the dad. I just thought like it just again, and it's the character, and if we find out more, it will make a lot more sense. So that's what I'm hopeful for.
Yeah.
And I would say the only other part that I was a little bit like just annoyed with a little bit was with just I don't know, just the beginning. I did like the beginning, I did, but I didn't want to watch A New Hope again. Like
Right.
I wish there was some. I just wish one part of that little opening sequence was just a little bit like just way off and just totally different. And it was cool to like see the setup and stuff. But then I wish they all would have came out with swords or something like that. It doesn't always have to be blasters, you know.
Right.
But again, overall, I would say it was a solid 7. And I think it was a pretty good setup for the season as a whole. Dan gives it a 7. Yeah, chat. Let us know, and then we're gonna get your full scores at the end. If you haven't answered the poll, answer the poll. We'll go through that at the very end. Don't forget to. I know we've already been on much longer than I was anticipating. We're trying to move through the second episode a little bit quicker. It's a little shorter, anyways.
Yeah.
And we are going to do the channel giveaway today as well, and it's a good one. So if you're new to the channel or your first time here, if you're interested, it's only $2.99 a month. I do bi-monthly giveaways for channel members, and there's other perks as well. You guys can check that out over on the channel membership tab on the old YouTube channel. All right, so episode 2. And I don't know if he said the first episode, but the first episode was called "This Could Be Real Adventure." Episode 2. So let me roll on over here. And you guys also don't forget, the next episode would drop next Tuesday. It won't be on Monday. Yep. So if we do the live, it would be on. Well, you go live on Wednesdays, correct?
Yeah.
And that you do is at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then maybe if we can alternate if you want. We can alternate channels and kind of publicize that, and then that way people know where to go. We can talk about that off stream as well.
Yeah, we'll chat about it.
Yeah, that's something maybe we can do. Because I don't like going live on Tuesday right when the episodes drop. It's just I like to think about it. Like this is actually a little tough for me today, just because I didn't really get to think about it all day.
Yeah,
I literally just watched it. But again, I gotta watch the Browns when they're on.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I would force myself to watch my sucky ass Lions when they were still sucky and very still unfortunately recent memory.
Yeah, the Lions are good, dude. I like it.
Dude, I'm
sure. I mean,
I am on cloud 9, but it's a very surreal cloud 9 because I'm like I need like 3 or 4 more years in a row of this level of performance before I'll like really accept it.
All right, so what we got here? So we got so this is episode 2, and this one's titled "Way Out Past the Barrier." So the barrier, then we talked a little bit about it, but the barrier is like, I don't know. I mean, what do you think the barrier is? It's just
that's just what they call the cloud cover.
That's just the cloud. Okay, that's the cloud
Yeah,
cover. So basically,
it's been that way for so long on that planet, which is another clue to how long they've been isolated.
right.
Is that everyone except for, like I say, I'm pretty sure there's a select few at the top that know what's really going on. But yeah, for the most part, the planet considers that an impassable barrier, and they just don't even think about it anymore, other than to think, yeah, don't run into that.
Yeah, it's just I didn't like I'm trying to think. Is it like some type of I don't want to say it's like a force shield or some type of cloning device or but yeah, okay, but basically no one's ever no one comes in, no one goes out. Basically,
Yeah, it's a generational belief that cloud cover is more than cloud cover.
Yeah. So here they're kind of still talking about the captain thing. In the last episode, she basically said, I killed the captain. He didn't believe it, but what else is he's a droid, probably programmed to follow whoever is supposedly the captain, I guess. Yeah. So they end up landing on this planet. Come on. A lot of banter here. And if am I missing anything? If I missed something, let me know.
No, this is just
we're
just getting a healthy we're getting a healthy dose of what to expect from Smee. Yeah. I mean SM33, but it's Smee.
So now he's searching and he can't find the planet. So maybe at the end of the last episode, I don't know, because they're trying to find, because even like I said, even the droid does not know what the planet is. So maybe so I jumped the gun on that. I thought that was at the end of the last episode. So this is actually the beginning of the second episode when they talk about all this. So eventually they end up landing on this planet that we find out is I guess a pirate. I guess it's a pirate.
It's Tortuga in space.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm saying this show for me is like a lot of people are like, oh, it's Goonies, it's E.T., it's it's Amblin Entertainment. It is, but it's Goonies mixed with a very heavy dose of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
if Pirates was a full-on kids movie, it would be this.
Yeah, I think the Goonies aspect is because there's like kids, and you can definitely see some of the different, the characters from Goonies. You can see them in these characters a little bit.
Yes, very strong homages, as they would say.
But I wouldn't say this is I don't think this is the type of show that's they're just off to try to find One-Eyed Willie. This is gonna be more involved than that. Here we're just seeing Dad and these droids have now found him, like, oh, you can't be over here, and he's kind of telling them that, well, there's a starship, and these droids are like, starship? What are you talking about? And so finally the droids just are like, oh yeah, we'll help you get the sun back. I think they're just basically, again, programmed to like say whatever it takes to get this guy out of the woods, because no one's supposed to be there. So there's something obviously with this wood thing, because we saw in the first episode, when Wim was in there, the droid was all like, you got to get out of here. So there's something going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The high ups know much more than everybody else, and those security droids are programmed, if not with the specific knowledge, at least the oomph to keep people away from what the select few know is actually there.
Right.
Or now in this case was actually there.
Well, and they found it, and then. I'm really curious to see how are they gonna are we gonna learn about this ship more? Because I really hope we do. Because like, why was that ship there? Who was flying it? Like, these are all the questions that I hope get answered. I hope it's just not like some random shit that was just there, and why. Like, we never find out. Hopefully we find this information out.
I mean, well, we know it's a pirate ship because of SM33. So
correct. Yeah, we know that for sure.
Yep.
But how, like I said, like how long with pirates, and do you think that do you think there's a possibility that we see Hondo in this series? I mean, I guess there's always a possibility, but do you think they would do something like that? I'm trying to think how they.
I would love it. I would fucking love it, but no.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Not even a cameo.
So.
I know it's tough because
I mean
it makes sense, but like I just don't know if they would do it.
Yeah. The only reason I'm thinking not so much is because Hondo, if I remember what happens with him at this point in time, is quite old and is running a mostly legitimate business at this point in time.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
so
he's not the scoundrel we're used to in Clone Wars, and even in somewhat, although a bit less so in Rebels.
because what we know of is that okay, so Hondo is on Bot. I guess if we're counting Batu as canon, but he's around with Rey and all that, right?
Yep, I believe so. Yeah.
So he definitely is around somewhere.
Yeah.
So this is like 15 years, I guess, before all that.
20
years.
Yeah,
So there you
yeah.
go.
A Force Awakens was 35 years after Return of the Jedi, and this is set in the middle of the Mandalorian thing, anywhere from 5 to 10 years after that. So we're talking
so good 25, if not more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, here they're doing so while they blast off the hyperspace, and I thought that was a little weird. I'm like, well, you just left the planet. Why are we going to hyperspace? Like you're going further and further away. I thought that was a little weird. I don't know. I mean,
well, they had made the decision since SM-33 didn't know where Ad-Atten was. They're just like, all right, well, take us to someplace you do know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you take them
off. They went.
Yeah.
And then they go to Star Wars Tortuga.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, dude, you just laugh at me. Just kind of like turn around and fly back the other way. You'll probably find it, but we won't have a show if we do that.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah. So Wim ends up kind of starting to. He gets mad and he kind of starts walking around and starts looking around the ship, and
then gets excited again.
Right? And then I don't know. See, I thought this was all at the end of the first episode. So this is now when you see the skeletons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you'll notice a lot of them did not die from blaster fire. There's a lot of skeletons pinned to walls with edged weapons.
Yeah, with like swords or whatever. You can see right there. Actually, there's one right still in his body, I guess. Right? Isn't that what that is?
Yeah. There's a couple skeletons with swords sticking out of them.
Yeah. I thought this dude was gonna come to life like the Terminator.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Well, you know what? That the look of that skull reminds me very much of Army of Darkness style skeletons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing I didn't forget to mention about the first episode, and we see a lot more of it in this episode. I do love the computers. It's definitely very much New Hope and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was great. It's not like it fits right in with what we know.
Yeah, they did it so far as just the general aesthetics go. I mean, outside of like the extreme earthiness of Ad-Atten, like once you get into this stuff, it is very well done so far as the Star Wars aesthetic, like you said, with these computers. Just the general setup of ships and how things look. I think they did pretty well nailing the aesthetic for the most part.
I agree. I mean, this is a good shot too. Like you have you can see like the way it's lit here outside, and then the way it kind of shines in is darker over here. Now here we're
probably the cat. Did they say it? Do you remember? Good. I feel like that's the captain's quarters.
Right here.
Yeah, the room that he's in right there. Yeah. I feel like that's the captain's quarters, and it only makes sense because in a lot of ships, the captain's quarters were kind of at the rear of the ship, and they almost always had like that bay window set up so they could see what's going on.
It's possible, but isn't the controls for the ship,
are they on the bridge? Is that the
I don't remember there being a
I would argue for the bridge as well, except for the fact that there's that table. Like that random table that just looks like people sit around it and eat dinner and talk about what or who they may attack next.
And plus, there's all those hats in there and stuff too. Plus, then I thought they left that room, unless they circled back. I don't know. It's hard to tell now. Yeah, I'm not sure how long they're in, but it definitely looks like they're. Or is it maybe the back?
See how the hyperspace is going away behind them?
So it looks like the back of the ship.
Yeah,
so you're right. It could be like the quarters or for the captain or something like that. But would it be all in the back of the ship though?
Traditionally, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, very piratey.
Traditionally,
I mean,
the captain's quarters are always aft with a nice view out the back of the ship.
Yeah, that makes sense because of the way the hyperspace is.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's I love it. I mean, if we're going full pirates, make it look like a pirate spaceship. I mean, that's what they've done, and I think they did a great job with it. I mean, I love all this on the side here. I think it's pretty cool. So something different. It's different, but it's also to me, it still looks like Star Wars.
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
Yep. And then I know they're talking about, wanting to sleep in there. So it probably is the captain's quarters. I think it makes the most sense. I thought this was a good shot, a different looking spaceships. And this is like the big port they're headed. And again, this is kind of where all of the, this is where we're going to see all these different pirate groups. And we're going to find out because they, you got a bunch of kids walking on to this area. And there's like, this part was a little weird. Like we see this like girl, I don't know, species girl, whatever. What is she called? And then we have this dude. I mean, it's fine. Yeah. I could have done with
my first thought was like, I like Anzellan's better.
Yeah, I mean,
give me Babu back.
Yeah, put Babu Frick. Just put Babu Frick there, Yep. But they end up leaving the ship, and this is a good shot. Like it kind of shows you, kind of what we're looking at. So again, it's more of a docking, hangout, refuel, get some food, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's Tortuga in space. It's a spaceport for pirates to gather, and I mean, some of the scenes that you saw when the kids were walking through, like the dude puking and a couple of people fighting, was literally like when Sparrow and the one dude, the older guy that ends up being his first mate, and William when they first get to Tortuga.
And like right here, this was like it's taken straight out of Pirates.
Oh yeah,
you got the monkey and give him the money and buy.
You I mean, not you. I named the monkey Jack.
Yeah, I mean it's straight out of it.
Yeah.
And then in the credits they're carrying around, these are old Republic credits, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, and see the thing is when they talk about him, when he goes to pay the dude at the food stall, in the you'll see when we get there, but in the subtitles, the O and the R are capitalized specifically.
Yep.
So, and look at the symbol. That is not a modern symbol.
No, it's a little bit different, and it almost looks more imperial than anything else.
Kinda, yeah.
It has more of the imperial look than it does the Republic.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would.
Or it's almost like
given Palpatine's mindset, he would look for anything he could pervert. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the high point of the Republic. Well, the Sith have taken over now, so we'll just take this and and now it's mine.
How much?
Kind of like how the Nazis took over the swastika.
There you go.
The swastika was not evil before 1933.
Well, what did it mean before then?
It was like an old philosophical symbol. I can't remember what it stood for, but it's been around the swastika has been around for millennia.
Okay. So the question is how much do you think that they spend on this show? I'm not sure if that number's out there yet.
It would not surprise me. I mean, from the looks of things, it looks like they spent Acolyte money, but actually spent it.
Well, remember that
in a way that we could actually see.
But you gotta remember that lightsaber whip that costs like $100 million probably. So
yeah. Oh, you mean the long purple flippy fly swatter?
Oh God, it's so bad.
Exactly, Delta Dan. Exactly.
That's exactly right. Yep. So they're gonna head in and see if they can get some directions, basically.
Yep.
And then what did you think about let's see, let me get to her. The creepy girl. Not creepy, but like, okay, this chick.
Oh, yeah, that chick.
So I wasn't quite sure. Like, so it's not really, I mean, I know like when I first saw her, I'm like, okay, so what is she staying there for? I thought it was like a gentleman's club or something like that.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, but like I mean, they walk in. It seems more just like a. Yeah, I
I don't
guess
think they ever made it in there though. Like
They
in
didn't
the
get,
building.
wait, they didn't. But then
No,
oh,
she came from them to meet. She left where she's standing there to go talk to Fern and KB, KD, KB, whatever the hell it is.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So
you're
she
right.
sees him walk by and she's like, huh?
I was kind of like, what's going on back here? You know?
Yeah, at first I'm like, what is up with this creepy chick? But yeah, she's.
And I think what happens is she ends up noticing the kids, and that's why she runs over to them.
Yep. Are you children?
Are you children? No, we're just really small adults.
Yep.
So they end up going to, I guess, they get a different canteen. I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah. See, there she is talking to him. And she's saying that the place is very dangerous. And they tell her the name of the planet, and she's like, she doesn't really believe it either. Nope. Yeah, like right here. Okay, where's home? I hit the skip button. Let me see if I can get back there real quick. Yeah, I missed it. So where's home? And then they go, at Adden, and then they're like, she's like, yeah, seriously, where are you guys from? Like, why you lying? So it just again shows that this planet is not even like, it's just like a legend.
More legendary than Camino, it would seem.
I guess so. And then now these kids are gonna go sit at the bar, I guess, and have some food. And this is pretty gross. Oh yeah, the topping. I don't need any. Yeah, here's the topping. He's like, oh, here, have some of this. Yum.
Yep.
That's so gross. Yeah. And then Neil's like, no, I'm good, bro. And he's like,
seriously, that seriously looks like it just looks like a bunch of, like the gristle you cut off of like steaks and chicken, and they threw some food coloring in it and just went blah.
Yeah, that looks delicious. Purple too. Nice. Yeah, it looks yummy.
Yummy.
So I like these guys, but this dude talks like a human.
Yeah.
Like what? And I'm pretty sure this guy talks like a human too. And I don't know when they talk to him, but I know
that'll be 2 texts.
Like okay, it's a little bit off, but like I don't know. I was expecting more of a voice.
That'll be what now, sir?
This dude sounds like Simba.
Texts, credits. What do you think this is? A Griffin charity?
See, this dude, it sounds like some dude from New York.
He does. I like that they used criffing though.
Yeah.
That's a word you don't get a lot in Star Wars, like in live action, but it's used a ton in the books. And it's basically a euphemism for fuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when you hear someone say criffing, they're basically saying fucking. So basically he's like, you think it's a fucking charity?
I want to play it again.
That'll be 2 texts.
That'll be what now, sir?
2 texts, credits. What do you think this is? A Griffin charity?
That's cool.
Yeah. Right. Insert fucking where you see Griffin.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's a fucking charity.
Yeah. But yeah, it sounds like he's from New York. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so he goes and pays them with that credit. He's like, oh, wait. And then he goes, wait. It's worth more than that because he's trying to get all of it now.
Let see if you can find a spot where someone specifically says it's an Old Republic credit.
I think that dude said, yeah, he says about ripping him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably right here.
Yeah.
You got on. Come on, let's see. Watch it. He's trying to cheat you.
Yeah, it just sounds like just an old guy sitting at the bar. Like it doesn't. I don't get the alien voice. I don't know, or like. I guess I'm so used to the aliens always speaking a different language.
Right. Yeah.
So, and these guys are it's just like, I don't know, just talking common tongue or whatever, but.
It's this scum. Oh, my arm. Where'd you do?
Oh, my arm. That man. It's like.
Oh, there it is right there.
Oh, yeah.
Capitalized, capital O, capital R.
You find an Old Republic credit in mint condition.
His dad gave it to him for lunch money.
Lunch money?
That's funny. This dude's cool. He's kind of a cool design. Looks like a I don't know, kind of like some kind of rodent, I guess. Like a
he looks like a crustacean.
Yeah, that because of the head and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
So they
old Republic, capital O, capital R. So we're talking they've been isolated for
I mean, Old Republic. You're talking
centuries, if not a millennia or more.
Yeah, you're talking a long time for those to be on it. Because Old Republic, I mean, you're talking that's like how many years is Old Republic from?
I believe the High Republic covers the period 500 years before Phantom Menace to like a little bit before Phantom Menace.
Yes, you're talking. You're talking like, before Yoda. Well before Yoda.
Yeah, like the Acolyte was the very tail end of the High Republic.
Well, the old Republic wasn't that based on the old MMO game that they brought out?
Knights, yeah, KOTOR.
The Old Republic.
Mm-hmm. There have been novels and shit.
All that.
Yeah,
that's
So we're talking. Yeah, that's Revan. So we're talking probably no less than 1,000 years of isolation, probably more. Because the rule of two was established by Bane 1,000 years before Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
right at the end of the Sith Wars.
Yeah,
the only thing I'm not sure about is like, because I know like I said, High Republic, I know canonically starts about 500 years before Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So my question is what are they still calling the 500 years since the end of the Sith Wars and the beginning of the Rule of Two and the High Republic? Is that still Old Republic or is that something else? And like the shit farther behind Bane is Old Republic. That's what I'm not sure on.
I mean, the only thing I know for sure is that Old Republic. I always assumed Old Republic was like I don't know, man. Like it's hard for me because I never really read any. I read the Revan book, but it doesn't dive too. I mean, as far as I remember, it's been a while since I read that book, but I don't think it dives too far deep into like the Old Republic. Like as far as like. I'm basing my knowledge on that video game because I played that thing to death.
Right.
And I just remember like he just got a bunch of Sith users and a bunch of Sith and Jedi fighting each other in that game. And I don't know how canon that is, but I mean it does. It takes place like you said, centuries before Phantom Menace, like many centuries. So I don't know. I mean. Again, with Disney taking over, I don't know how much they've changed with that, and that's the problem. But I think you're right about the High Republic because that's what they started doing with those books, and that's what the one movie's supposed to be about. I think, right? It was in one of these directors that were announced are supposed to be making like a beginning of the High Republic thing.
Oh, you're talking about Mangold? He's talking that's going back like 25,000 years. Dawn of the Jedi.
Oh, Dawn. That's even before then.
Yeah, that's
like, one of the Jedi.
That's pre Old Republic.
That's pre then. Okay, he's going to the very, very beginning.
Yeah, when the I can't remember the name of them, but there's these ships that they literally flew around the galaxy, landed on planets, collected Force sensitives of all ages, and then took them all to Tython.
So Tython's been around a long time then.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it sounds awesome, but I just don't know how much I can trust Disney to do it correctly. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. Okay, those are the. All right.
I mean, I think that'd be super.
Right, this doesn't. I found an image. It doesn't give years, but it gives us at least the order of what they consider the eras of Star Wars.
All right, so it doesn't tell you how many years like before or
no
so what's the very first one then?
Is the Dawn of the Jedi. Yeah, I shared it.
Here we go.
Yeah, so you got the Dawn of the Jedi with basically 25,000 years before before Phantom Menace. Then you got the Old Republic, which basically covers all that. And Disney says the High Republic started about 500 years before Phantom Menace. So you're talking a time gap here of like 24,000 years that the Old Republic could potentially cover.
Because what do they have? When they have the Force symbol there, what does it say?
Which one?
The Force symbol?
This one? The Fall of the Jedi.
So that's like
That's basically the prequel era and like a few years before it. Yep.
And then you said it doesn't have any years, or does it have approximate years? Or
no, it just labels the eras.
Okay, so what's the next one then? What is the
That's
title of it?
Reign of the Empire. So
Reign of the
basically,
Empire,
Revenge of the Sith till A New Hope.
right? And then the
Right
next
around
one
there.
is what?
Age of Rebellion. That's your OT.
Yeah, so that's okay.
Yeah, and then New
Yeah, I mean, so
Republic.
it's funny because like you look at the first three, and you're talking like you said, 24,000 years.
Yeah,
And then we have
this is
1, 2,
25,000 years
3.
of Star Wars history, right? Just these three.
Yeah, and then the next 5 are like
Yeah.
probably 60-ish years, maybe something like
Let's
that.
see. Fall of the Jedi is your prequels, so that's about 3 to 5. We'll call it 5 years. Reign of the Empire was 19 years.
Media.
Age of Rebellion was another 5. So we're basically at about 30 years here. New Republic to First Order was about 30 years, and then the end of the First Order we saw in the sequels. So yeah, you got like 25,000 years, and then maybe 100 for the rest of it.
Yeah, it's just odd the way it's like designed, but like it's
Wikipedia
interesting.
has it?
Okay, yeah, here it is right here. Okay.
Oh, you got it pulled up. All right, cool.
So yeah, so okay, there's a lot here. I didn't know it's all words. I don't think there's a graphic, but I can definitely pull this up because it has all the years, which is kind of what we were looking for.
Yes.
So here we got. Let me see. Let me pull it up here. So we have. Let me bump this back.
Okay.
Oop, sorry.
Oh, hello.
Hey, hello. So here we go. So we have before the Republic. So eons.
Yep.
25025 BBY.
Yep.
So
Which is
25,000 years.
Yep, that's basically the end of Before the Republic is pretty much when Dawn of the Jedi happens, because the Republic is just starting to form in the core worlds at that point.
So the Dawn of the Jedi would be the beginning of the Old Republic.
Yep.
Okay, and then we have the expansionist period, which
that's when they left the core and started moving out into the mid rim.
Okay, so that was 25 years after the Dawn of the Jedi. Then we had the millennia before the Imperial era.
Yep.
And then I guess I'm not sure. It says
that's what that year is encompassing, is those millennia. So it looks like 20,000 years, 17,000 years for that. And then you got the the Wars of the Old Republic. That's the very end of that is when Bane ends the Jedi Sith Wars and establishes the rule of 2 at 1,000 BBY.
So that's more like right here. Okay, in 1032.
Yep, that's the one.
Well, that's Defeat of the Sith, though.
Yeah, that was the last in the Bane Legends novels. The last battle of the Sith, where the Jedi thought they were destroyed, because that's how Bane made it look, happened on the planet Rusan.
Okay,
right about there.
So I mean, Revan was way back here.
Revan is in the Wars of the Old Republic era.
Yeah. Okay. And then after the Rule 2 is established, then we have the Republic era.
Yep.
That's about 1,000 years before BBY.
Yep, which contains all of these.
Yep. So that's what you have up there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, yep, there's your High Republic starting in 500. And that 100 right there is where it ends at the Acolyte, basically. And then you got the 68 years between the Acolyte and Phantom Menace.
How many years did they actually confirm that? Was it because I know originally it was like supposed to be like between 190, and then I think they have lowering it or something.
Well, if it's on Wikipedia, they're going off the official Disney timeline.
So it would be.
So this era right here is where it begins basically
with somewhere in here.
The 100 is where the Acolyte happens.
Okay,
it's the very tail end of the High Republic.
Yeah,
and then we get into the slow fall of the Republic.
Right, and then 32 to 19, that's like your prequels, basically. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, if you guys are interested in taking a look at this for yourself, you can always, you can click on each one of them and really, I mean, they have so much on here. It's crazy. Again, but like you said, sometimes it's hard to trust it sometimes because it is all based on Disney and not so much on what George had, truly meant or created. So it's been tweaked. But.
Well, but even like the ancient timeline, they had to pull some of that from Legends. They didn't pull all of that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Because I mean, it's not like they're rewriting all of this.
Yeah, no. Like this
they
is all basically
want.
backed up by Legends. Yeah. Like it lines up mostly.
Yeah. So we said. Wait, so we said this was Acolyte. Let me see I want to see what it says.
Yeah.
So there's Duke and Cypher DS.
Mm-hmm.
So they were around during the Acolyte. Am I reading this right? 90 BBY? Or no, this is not, or am I not far enough back?
You're not far enough back.
Yeah, Acolyte would be.
The Acolyte would be at the very end.
More like 100.
The Acolyte would be right at the end of the High Republic era.
So they would be in here.
Yeah, it would be right at the end.
Yeah,
which I think is why
Battle of Jeddah.
That's why Leslie Headland was so obsessed with making the Jedi look like shit, is because she really wanted to emphasize this is where the real fall began that led to the Phantom Menace. So I understand what she was trying to do, but she didn't do it right.
Here's Vernesta right there.
Yep.
I'm just curious to see what they typed in. We're kind of getting off track here a little bit, but
yeah. What you're reading is all Disney High Republic canon right now.
This is what this all is.
Yep. All the High Republic novels is where they're getting all this from.
Yep. Yeah, I was just trying to see, like, where do they actually think that, like, I was trying to see, like, did they change, like, how much did they change Plagueis? That's kind of what I was looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do a search, probably be a lot easier than that, but
no, you're not. You're still in the 200s, BBY.
Yeah, it's gotta be like
scroll harder. Okay, yeah, we might be in the 200 to 100 range. Okay.
There
it is, right there. That's it. That's the Acolyte right there.
132, right?
That's May and Rowe, or May and what's his fuzz? Squid Games guy.
This right here?
Yes.
Oh, Series of Crimes. Yep.
That is the Acolyte right there.
Yeah. And it's funny, that's all they have, though. They don't really dive. I mean, I guess if you click on that.
Yeah.
Now we're big picture of
rabbit hole.
Soul. Yeah, you saw the picture over here. There it is.
Oh, I didn't even, okay, yep.
Yeah. So if you want to know all about the Acolyte, I know. Oh yes,
yep, there it is.
Murder. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Mission to Kofar. Yes. Oh man, it makes me want to go rewatch this.
Oh, hey, there's the fun part. The deaths.
Oh, Jackie Lan. Dude, what a waste of that character.
She's about the only character.
Yeah, she's about the only. She was like the only character that was decent, and probably the only good actor in it. Okay.
Lee Jung Jae did pretty. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he was fine. I just thought he was a little blah. I thought, but
yeah.
I mean, he's better than Tom and Baratheon.
For someone who literally learned English just to do that role, he did pretty okay.
Yeah, because I always forget that in Squid Games, man, that's all subtitles, and then they double over it. Yeah,
straight out. Yeah, that show's straight out of Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's our homie from Mando season 3 right there.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't lose too many people there. Just ranting around. Acolyte. Oh geez. Okay. All right, let's knock this thing out. It's almost been 2 hours, Dave. I told you an hour.
Yeah, I yap a lot. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's cool. So we meet our boy pirate. What's this dude's name again?
I don't fucking remember.
I got it here. Where's that? It's Vane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vane. So we finally see him. That's who we know from the Mandalorian. So now he's all interested in these coins and all that. And then he kind of goes head to head with that one guy, doesn't he? So are they not working together? I'm assuming. Because doesn't he bump heads with the other guy? Yeah,
I mean, he is part of the he's part of the crew we saw at the beginning. I think he ended up joining up with them after Mando season 3. After he got his ass whooped, then he trotted his butt out here and joined the other crew.
So
That's how I think that went.
Okay. So he is working then with like that whole group with
Yeah, he's
with,
working with
all those
yeah,
dudes.
yeah, he's working with Urkel and the Wolfman and all them guys.
And Wolfman. Okay, so he's with them. Okay.
Yep.
Because I was a little bit confused because I felt like he was almost like going against them at some point, but maybe I was just
I'd have to go back and rewatch, but I feel like he might even been in the opening scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewatch it before because it's like when you watch them back to back and you don't. I just didn't have time to like pause and write notes like I normally would for these kind of breakdowns. But
right.
So what are we doing here? So what do you want to do?
This is when she's drawing down on the pirates chasing him and his money.
Oh yeah, because they ran out of there. Oh yeah, that was kind of cool. He there it is right there. He kind of throws his meal on that flame or something.
Yeah, he throws the food on there and it flames up and actually catches that homie there and cooks him a bit.
Yeah, and then they run out of there.
Yep.
And then she's still trying to help them. She still doesn't believe that they're from that planet.
Yep.
And then there's like a standoff right here. I thought this was cool. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think that right now she's my favorite character because I just like the aggressiveness. Again, she kind of reminds me of I don't know. She reminds me of a female version of Andor or Han Solo. Honestly, I mean, that's kind of what she reminds me of.
I just realized she's the badass we wish Rey was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like honestly.
Yeah, I mean, now has she earned it at this point? No, but we don't know that much about her yet.
Yeah.
But we do know her mom is somebody important. So I mean, that at least gives us a little bit of information.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. If she's just OP the entire time, then we have a different conversation. But
yeah.
And there's crustacean boy.
Yep.
So eventually, he ends up swiping that gun, and then we do have an Urkel sighting, I think, somewhere in there.
Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah. Oh, and then that's right.
This is where SM-33 comes in and regulates.
Yep. Your regulators mount up, and he kind of shuts the guy. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. That's my captain."
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm trying to think of why did they actually get captured? Is it because they all come? All the pirate dudes come?
Well, they don't. They actually get away, or no? Yeah, because all they get to the dock, but then all his money's gone, so they can't pay the Babu Frick wannabe to take him back across, and then the pirates.
No, because he has the money in the jail cell.
Does he?
Yeah, because remember, he's like, "Oh, we could just probably pay to get us out of here."
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm trying to remember exactly how they get caught.
Yeah, there's Urkel,
and there's Urkel.
Yeah, they run into a snag on the actual dock. I just don't remember what the snag itself is.
Yeah, this is when she's like, "Why did you bring us to a port with all pirates?"
Because he's a pirate, or you're not paying attention.
Yeah, and then there's that dude.
Yeah,
want to be. I'm really trying to remember why they get caught. He pissed up the rat. Oh, they beat up the droid.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they sparked them when they chase him back down. They treat Smee like the Jawas treated R2.
Yeah, because he's like, he punches that one dude up. That's right. And then they somehow spark him or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
And he's going all crazy. He's like all like Commando or something over here, like Rambo.
Oh yeah.
Around. And then eventually I think that's why they get caught. Yeah, they're right there, and then the rat comes out of his eye.
Yep.
And there you go. Then he picks up the rat.
Yep.
And then that's when they capture him. Yeah, because now they're in prison.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, this is basically the end of the episode. So basically, they're trying to figure out a way to get out, and they're like, let's train the rat. And I'm like, you're gonna train the rat? And she's like basically whispers into the rat's ears, like, go up there and go get the key and bring it back. I'm like, wait, you're training the rat right now? Yeah. I had a little chuckle. That was kind of funny. And again, you just think of if you think of a mind of a kid, like you're telling him what to do, and you think that it's just going to work. But I thought
Exactly.
I thought that was funny. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then
then the rat fails.
Yeah, the rat's there, and the rat goes the wrong way when he gets up on the key.
Yep.
And then they kind of start arguing a little bit, and they do talk about the planet, and this is where we find out that this is when
I think Jude Law is speaking those words. Maybe.
The legend is that.
Oh no! Oh, it's her. Okay.
Yeah. So KB's kind of talking about like what she had heard them say about the planet being that internal treasure, and I think then Jude Law probably overhears all of this, and this is why he starts talking.
Yeah, oddly enough, like Johnny Depp in his jail cell, learning who Will Turner is.
Yep.
Literally the same shit. now that and I only just thought of that just now, but I'm like, oh my god, yep.
Yeah. And then at that point, we're like, oh man, who is this guy? Like nobody knows it's Jude Law at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
We all knew. But yeah, he kind of flips up his head thing, and he's like, there's other ways to get it, and then we see him use the Force. And what did you think about the music? That was gonna be like one of my last questions, but like I thought this scene.
Oh yeah, no, I dug the music.
You liked it? Okay.
That just the score overall. It's like they only really diddled around with like modern sounding music for the trailer. I heard nothing but actual. I missed one. I heard nothing but like regular orchestral Star Wars accompaniment.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to do that in the trailer. I mean, unless it comes later, but I was pleasantly surprised because that was one of my big criticisms with the trailers. I did not like the music at all.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, I did like everything. And again, you can tell they're blending Star Wars and that pirate theme together. Because even in this one, I was kind of listening to it. I'm like, okay, I can hear the little Force.
Yeah, the Force theme is it's woven in.
Yeah, but it's not so overpowering, like like what we're used to watching, which is fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I'm just glad they wove it in rather than completely ignoring it, like they've been doing in a lot of shows.
I feel like it's like right here too. There's nothing at the end.
Yeah. Here it is.
You're a Jedi.
Yeah, it's very subtle though, but yeah, and I mean, and basically he gets the key, and that's basically the end of the episode.
And then the psycho face.
Yeah, the psycho face, and then he says, "What does he say?" I can't get it. Oh, Disney! I keep missing it. It's like 58.
There go from there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like. Can you keep the secret? So
psycho face.
So he basically wants them. He's like, "I'll help you guys get out of here and get you to your ship if you take." And he's like, "The only thing I want you to do is take me with you." So, yeah. I mean, again, is it the best thing I've ever watched? No. I mean, I just got done watching The Penguin, and that was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, dude.
I'm just mad at myself now that I can watch it week to week because
oh my god,
it was cool. It was cool to binge it, but I mean that was
having a week to chew on each of those episodes was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. And was it Kristen? Is it Milioti?
Kristen Milioti.
Milioti, yeah, she was in the first time I saw her was in How I Met Your Mother, and man, she killed it, dude. I mean, she
is so talented. Oh my god,
yeah, killed it.
And
but what did you? Yeah, I know, right?
Tell me you weren't jealous of that red scarf in the finale,
dude. I mean, yeah, the last couple episodes.
That red scarf.
I love how
it's all tucked in.
Yeah,
I wanted to be that.
We won't say any spoilers in case you guys haven't seen it, but if you had to rate this episode by itself, is it higher or lower, on par with the first one?
Straight sevens for both of them for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one I actually, except for the alien language, I liked it better, but I didn't like that it was shorter. And
Lucasfilm needs to pull their head out of their ass when it comes to run times.
Yeah, and I don't know what else they could have done. I mean, I haven't seen the whole story, so I don't know what else they could add or whatever. I I don't know. I mean, the episode 1 I thought was ended at a good spot.
Yeah.
40 to 45 minutes is what they should need to be doing. I like, dude, Penguin sometimes we're always over an hour.
Yeah.
And
Well, the finale was like an hour and 10 minutes.
yeah, and I don't know if it's just they need. I don't know. There has to be a reason why that they do this. I don't know if they just don't think they have the writing and to be able to have these characters actually just have a conversation.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
I mean, I feel like a lot of it is, but
I think they're still falling into the trap of just making a long ass movie and going chop 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 chop.
Yeah.
Like what
feels
Marvel's
like
been doing up until they just started finally hiring showrunners and shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. It's funny you say that because I just got done watching Agatha, and I kind of felt like that with Agatha a little bit. I liked Agatha, but again, I felt like it was just like one drawn out long story, and they're just like, okay, chop it here, one death, chop it here, another death, and that's the way they kind of ran that. It was a very interesting show, the way what it was actually about. Like, the premise of the entire thing was not what I was expecting. But
yeah, no, that show was a very pleasant surprise.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Me too.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But so
we're talking Star Wars right now. I'm not going to go on my Marvel thing.
I know we're sitting for another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get out of here, a couple things. I want to see what the chat said, what they voted for this. So they said, the poll said, how are you feeling about Skeleton Crew after 2? So the choices were digging it so far, not bad, meh, or yeah, Star Wars is dead. So 40% of people said, and we had how many votes on here? We had 15 votes. So 40%, pretty good. That's a pretty good number. 40% saying that they dig it. Another 33% saying not bad. So that's pretty good. That's 73% of the people.
That's 10 out of 15 people.
Yeah, and I would if we included ourselves in there, that would be another 2 up for that. I think we would be right in one of those.
Yeah, it'd be 12 out of 17 then on the positive end.
Yeah, 12 out of 17. And then we have basically 5 people then who said meh or Star Wars is dead. Meh got 7%, which is probably one person. And then Star Wars is dead was 20%, which was what?
2.
2
or 3.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so overall,
one
I
of them
think,
was Justin.
Yeah, and did you see the score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I saw it earlier.
4%. I don't know if it's higher or lower now.
Last I saw it, it was 95 critic and 84 or 5
users or yeah, I'm not even sure how you do it anymore on there because I can't vote on there anymore. It doesn't seem like
there it is.
I don't know. It seems like only certain people can do it. I don't know.
It's at 95 critic and 87 popcorn meter for fan score.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's I would say it's probably the best score since what, Mando season 2.
Yeah, it's up there.
I don't know what
it's pretty up there.
Problem with Ahsoka is it was all over the place. Like, it was a good episode, and then like, what is that? And then
well, for me, Ahsoka was episodes 1 through 3 good. Episodes 4, 5, and 6 fucking amazing. Episodes 7 and 8, what the hell were you doing?
Yeah, they blew it, man. Yeah, They blew it. But we'll see where it goes, because I did like the end of episode 8. There's just so many issues in those last 2, though. I don't know. Yeah. But so overall, I think it was a solid start.
50 critics reviews for that 95%, and that's all critics. The ones they rate top critics, it's only 86%.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I always look at,
but it's still about dead ass even if it's just top critics and audience.
For me, whenever I look at that, and you got to take that with a grain of salt as well, because we don't really know who these people are, are they being paid, or who knows, dude. But like, I always think 85%, I'm going to probably end up checking it out at some point. If it's lower than 85%, I'm hit or miss. So 85% or higher. So that's kind of what I always look at.
Yep.
But yeah, I think, like I said, I would say 7.5 overall. Probably a 7 is a good solid score to start. And I'm curious. I hope we not that we don't. I think there's enough action right now. I'm really afraid, like you said. I don't think we're getting any lightsabers. I really don't. We might get some force moves or something like that. But I don't think he's carrying around a lightsaber. I really don't. And it kind of stinks.
If he is a survivor of Order 66, he buried that bitch a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, granted, now though, I mean, you technically could use it again. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Now that the Empire is gone, but yeah. So before I do my channel membership giveaway, where do you think we're headed next episode then? So we're going probably get into the ship, and then what do you think's gonna happen?
I figure it'll probably they're obviously gonna get out of the cage fairly quickly because he got the key already.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it's gonna take half the next episode just for them to get to the ship.
Do you really? I see. I hope not.
I feel like the trip to the ship is going to be the main adventure part of the next episode. But I think by the end of the episode they'll end up on another. Well, okay. Let me take that back. I'm thinking in terms of longer episodes, and this is fucking Lucasfilm.
Well, the next episode is 37 minutes. So
37. Okay, so probably about a half hour without credits then.
Yeah, it's about
about
7
okay.
minutes.
Yeah, so they'll probably be back on the ship before the 10-minute point. Probably 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes to get on the ship. Maybe another 5-ish minutes to travel wherever they're going.
So you think we'll be at a different world at that point?
I think we're definitely. I would bet we're not going to stay on one world. Or at least though that group isn't going to stay on one world any longer than one episode. I think they're going to be pinballing across the galaxy trying to find Ed Atten.
Okay. All right. So I'm hoping I don't care. I know they're escaping. Like, I don't need to see 20 minutes of that. I hope that the next episode we literally see them creeping on the ship and they go. Like, I don't need to be on this world anymore. Maybe if we see them, like, maybe it opens up and the pirates are shooting at them and they get. I really don't care how they escape because we already know they're going to. You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, if they spend a whole episode showing them escape the cell, fighting some guys, talking a little bit, then getting to the ship, I feel like it's a waste of an episode. And I hope we don't see it. So I'm really, really hoping that we are right on the ship or right at the very end of that rest, or them escaping, and boom, they're gone. And now we can continue. I want to know more about the character that Jude Law's playing. I want to know more information about the planet. Hopefully we get something.
Well, we're going to be getting Jude Law in dribs and drabs because he himself said in that article that came out the other day, we're not getting most of his information till episode 7.
Yeah, but I want to know a little bit. I mean,
for sure.
It may be lies, but at least something. And what I'm really hoping is I hope that he does say something about the ship and he knows something about it. Yeah. And maybe it just kind of starts, making these little links and to way back then, and just to kind of link it and make sure people understand that we're watching Star Wars.
Exactly.
Because right now it's kind of like, beside the few images of these these lightsabers and these knights that Wim is seeing, if you just tuned in or in the middle, I don't know if you really know that you're watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
So besides seeing some idiots. But again,
that's totally fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's very fair.
All right, very good. Chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm gonna really quick. We're gonna do this. I usually do this duck race. Have you ever seen a duck race?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna do that really quick. And the winner of the duck race is going to get an NFT. Actually, that's a redeemable NFT from Funko.
Funko.
So you will need to have a drop account, or if you don't have it, if you win, and hope if the members are watching this on replay, if you don't have a drop account, then you are going to just need to give me your address. And what will happen is when it's available to be shipped, I will have them ship it directly to you. But if you have a drop account, I can send it right to your drop account. All right. Let's see what we got here. It'll just take me just a moment to set this up. I think we have...
Oh, buddy, you're
I usually run for 30 seconds. Right there we go. All right. So we have Poppin', Missouri. We have Big Easy. We have Umpty.
Easy does it.
We have Reef.
Her.
Who am I forgetting? Oh my gosh. I type these names in there every day for these lives. You think I would just know this? Or for my videos. My God, why am I forgetting names?
Umpty?
I got Umpty, Reef.
Kenneth?
No. There's 2 members I'm missing. Why? How can I not remember this? This is unbelievable.
Jeremy?
I feel
I'm just
awful.
scrolling through chat and guessing.
Yeah, so I know a lot of them were not here tonight. Reef was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, I think Johnny's expired. Let me just pull this up this way. It's easier. I don't want to forget anybody and make sure I get the right names because it changes. If a payment doesn't go through or or people come back, a couple days later, and I just want to make sure I don't forget anybody.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate people obviously signing up for memberships because I know it's a month thing, and this is why I try to do at least bi-monthly.
Right.
My thing is always if I can get up to a solid 10 and make it a consistent thing, I would do it monthly. But oh, that's right, because I got 2 new. That's right, it's Fox and it's in the last live. That's right. I got a couple people signed up. So one of my San Diego Comic-Con peeps. You ever been to San Diego Comic-Con?
No.
It's a good time, man. It's fun.
Yeah, that's on my please God someday give me the money to do this list.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. Trust me. It's not cheap. All right, so we have Fox. And we have Joey. That's right. So Fox and Joey. All right, here we go. And I have an ad I can't get rid of. What the heck, dude? There's literally an ad on the screen I can't get rid of.
Of course there is.
What the heck, man? It's like frozen. Reload it.
No.
Ads. Ooh. You're gonna make me retype the whole thing. No. All right, we'll do it again. Thanks. Bear with me, chat. Empty. Joey. And Big Easy. And Reef. All right, here we go. Done.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Chat, let me know. Give me a number. How many times should I shuffle this bad boy? I have to that way it's it's
66.
66 shuffles. We'll be here all night then. Give me a number. So first number in the chat. Give me a number. Easy to do.
There's a 4. Jeremy dropped a 4.
All right, we're doing it 4 times. 4 times. All right, here we go. All right, puppy 1. All right, shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. And this is for the proto from the last Halloween series a couple weeks ago. It's one of the proto NFTs. Here we go. Oh, get the ball!
Get the ball! Get the ball!
Oh, and Joey takes an early lead. There comes Big Easy in the bottom right here. He comes. Joey.
Oh, popping a Big Easier out of it. Humpty is hanging in there.
It's a runaway.
Is
it Joey?
Humpty making a move?
Here comes.
Oh, here comes Pop.
Reef and Poppin'.
Poppin' from behind.
Poppin'.
Poppin' fell to the back and then made a Lightning McQueen move.
Let's take a little.
Ka-chow!
Take a little screenshot of this. Congratulations, Charles. I will message you and let you know, and I'll give you your. Actually, I think my head is. All right. So Poppin' wins it. Congratulations. All right, guys. thank you so much. Chillin, thank you so much for joining me. I know this is way longer than I said, but I think we had a good conversation. We got a little nerdy in some Star Wars timeline stuff. So.
It ain't a live stream unless you go down at least one rabbit hole. That's the fucking law.
Yeah, we went down like 5 though, so it's cool.
It's partially my fault. I'm ADD and a rabbit hole diving motherfucker.
It's all good, man. If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be on here, you know. So
exactly.
Yeah, Brooke, Jeremy, Dan, just Umpty. I don't want to forget anybody. I always like to shout out people at the end. Let's see. I know Johnny came in. Humphrey. Who am I missing? Reef came in very briefly there. Kenneth Bird. Thank you guys all so much. Anyone who did not chat, thank you so much. And once again, I want to thank Chilling in the Basement. Guys, please check his YouTube channel out. I should have linked it. I'll link it in the description of the video. And yeah, you just type in Chilling in the Basement, though. It comes right up, right?
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes YouTube's a little weird with that because there are people that like to use the phrase in their videos.
All right,
but if you type in @ in front of it and type it in all one name, then it'll go right to me.
I'm gonna link it. I got it right
in the
here.
Search bar.
Yeah, let's make sure I put it in there. I should have done that earlier. Where's my mods?
They all quit and went home.
they were like, dude, you guys have been on for 2.5 hours talking about friggin' Skeleton Crew. Hey, it's better than talking for 2.5 hours about friggin' Acolyte. All right, there it is. There's his YouTube, and then also over on Twitter, it's what is it at?
Hetch75.
HEF
HETCH 75.
TC. Oh, Hetch. That's right, 75. So that's Twitter. There you go. Boom. All right. Guys, have a great night. Stay tuned to our socials, and we'll let you guys know kind of what we decide to do moving forward. If we're gonna like alternate channels or do something like that, or whatnot. So, all right, have a great night.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Not tonight; it's a little late.
It's never too late.
I'm gonna work in the morning.
It's never too late.
Oh my gosh, too funny. All right, I love it, dude. Thanks again for hopping on. So.
Thanks for having me, man. It's fun.
Absolutely, man. All right, guys, don't forget, keep those heads on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.